Hello, my dear student, and welcome to my YouTube channel Physics with Nobir sir. And I am today in front of you for taking a class of higher secondary second year for the subject of physics, and the NEET or JEE aspirant students who are wants to be sit in the examination of NEET or JEE, whatever you call. So আগতে কোৱাৰ নিচিনাকৈ মই ফিজিক্সৰো কেইটামান ক্লাছ তোমালোকৰ আগত ইতিমধ্যে মই আপলোড দিছিলোঁ। তো মই ভাবিছিলোঁ কেইটামান কুৱেশ্যন হিচাপে তোমালোকৰ ইতিমধ্যে তোমালোকৰ নীট এক্সাম পিছুৱাই গ'ল, তথা মানে চাওঁ কিছুমান কুৱেশ্যন যদি আমি সলভ কৰিব পাৰোঁ উইথ দ্য কনচেপ্ট, তেতিয়াহ'লে চাওঁ কিমান দূৰ কি হয়। কিন্তু এটা কথা, অল দ্য কুৱেশ্যন যিবিলাক তুমি কৰিবা, মানে কুৱেশ্যনবিলাক তোমাৰ উইথ কনচেপ্ট যেতিয়া সলভ কৰিবা, তেতিয়া তোমাৰ কনচেপ্ট বহুত ক্লিয়াৰ হ'ব বা ফাউণ্ডেশ্যনটো খুব ভাল হ'ব। চ' এটা কুৱেশ্যন মই লিখি লৈছোঁ, চাওঁ কি কৈছে কুৱেশ্যনটো। The question is already written here. Figure shows the trace of the three charged particles in a uniform electric field. This is a uniform electric field. That means what? That means two plates, one positive charged plate and other negatively charged plate. In between these two plates, an uniform electric field will be here. And in this uniform electric field, three charged particles are moving like this: number 1, number 2, number 3. These are the traces of the charged particles. Now from this figure we have to identify what are the nature of the particles, what are the nature of the charged. Number 1, what is the nature of the charge, whether it is positive charged particle, whether it is negative charged particle. We have to find out this one. Number 2 is similar thing. Number 3 we have to find out from the figure showing here. That is the trace. From the trace we have to find out the nature of the charge of the particles. Number 1. Number 2, highest charge to mass ratio. We have to also, from the trace, we have to count, we have to find out what will be the highest charge to mass ratio. Means charge means charge to mass ratio means Q divided by M. What will be the Q divided by M? That is, this ratio will be more for what type of charges, what type of particles, number 1 or number 2 or number 3. We have to find out here. And last number, another theoretical part is given, y equal to, that means vertical displacement. I will explain that things. Y equal to from here we have to prove if the q is the charge of a particle then y equal to q e l square by 2m vx whole square. So we have to find out from this thing. So let us start from one by one. First of all, we have to identify whether what type of charges are there. For the number 1 charge particle, you can easily see this is number 1 charge particle. This is positive charge place, this is negative charge place. Number 1 and number 2 particle is moving towards upward direction. Means what? The positively charged particle attracts the number 1 and number 2 particles. So from 1 and 2, from this figure, the number 1 and number 2 particle will be definitely, it will be negatively charged particle, and number 3 will definitely, it will be a positively charged particle, because it moves, it attracts towards the negatively charged plates. So it is a positive charged particle. So this is negative charged particle, this is negative charged particle, this will be positively charged particle. So this one clear. Now next we have to find out from this figure we have to find out what highest charge to mass ratio of which particle. We have to find out this. Okay, charge to mass ratio, that is q by m. So for this, suppose consider the velocity of the particle is vx along the horizontal direction, and you know when a charged enter to a electric field, suppose in a q charge is entered to an electric field where the electric field is E. We know the force will exerted by the electric field on the charged particle. What is the amount of electric field? The magnitude of the electric field electric force will be applied on the charged particle will be Q. This amount of force will be exerted on the charged particle. Okay, whether it is moving charged particle, whether it is at rest position, then also and the force exerted on the charged particle. How amount of charge will be applied on the charged particle? The amount of force will be exerted on the charged particle is equals to Kv. From the definition of electric field, you know the definition of electric field means what? Force per unit charge. So force equal to, from here we can easily find out F equal to QV. So force exerted on the charged particle will be QV. Now if it is positively charged particle, then force exerted on the charged particle, positive charged particle, is along the direction of the electric field. And on the other hand, if it is negatively charged particle, the force exerted on a negative charged particle is opposite to the direction of the electric field. That is you know everything. That is, suppose, okay. Now we got suppose the charge of a particle is Q, okay. Charge of a particle is Q. Suppose number 1 particle, we consider this is minus Q charge, because this is a negatively charged particle, so it will be minus Q charge. Okay, suppose this is the charge of the charged particle, and when this charged particle entered to an electric field, suppose this is the positive charge plate, this is the negative charge plates. So in between this region there will be uniform electric field, and it is also already written, it is uniform electric field. And what will be the direction of this uniform electric field? It is clear, it is from along this direction, because it is positively charged plate, this is negatively charged plate. So in electric field direction towards the vertically downwards direction. Okay, now for suppose number 1 charged particle, whatever may be, it is a negatively charged particle, so the force exerted on the negatively charged particle will be along the opposite direction of the electric field. As we already mentioned that the force exerted by the field on a negative charged particle is opposite to the electric field. Okay, so what is the amount of electric field? It will be Q into E, and the direction of the electric field will be upward, because the electric field is downward. Why it is upward? Because it is a negatively charged particle, so it is upward direction. Force will be exerted. The amount of force will be how much? It is QE. So we got force exerted on the charged particle Q will be, what is? It will be QE. Okay, this is the magnitude of the force. Direction I have already mentioned here. So from here we can find out, suppose mass of the first charged particle is suppose m. So force from the Newton's second law, force means F equal to ma, where a is the acceleration of the particle. Okay, so m into a equal to QE. From here we can write down. So this force exerted in what direction? It is exerted in vertical direction. It is not horizontal direction. It is exerted on the vertical direction. So we have to discuss about only vertical direction. Okay, the moment. So first of all, you can write down for vertical motion. For vertical motion, the force is QE. So the if the mass of the particle is m, then acceleration will be QE by m. You know one thing from very basic definition, that when a force exerted on a particle, that time the force changes the velocity. That means the force will create an acceleration. So here an acceleration will be produced in the direction of upward, that is vertical acceleration will be produced, a equal to QE by m. Now you have to know one thing, that when a force exerted on the vertical direction, there will be an acceleration, a vertical acceleration, that is QE by m. In that time, what will be the velocity along the horizontal direction? Is it change or is it not change? See here, we know the force is exerted perpendicular to the motion. In that case, that perpendicular force will not change the horizontal velocity. The horizontal velocity will remain same along the whole paths. It will remain same, because projection, in the case of projection, suppose we projected a body from a height along horizontal direction, suppose u. So entire motion, the horizontal velocity will remain same, but only the vertical velocity will change. So similar case will also happen in this case. See here. So only vertical velocity will change. Initially the vertical velocity, so initial position, when the particle entered to this region, the initial position, there is no movement along the vertical direction. So initial vertical velocity is 0. So after some time, suppose after some time t, the velocity will be how much, we should not count this, but after when it will enter to this region, a force is exerted along the direction, upward direction, that is vertical force will be applied. Due to that vertical force, acceleration takes place. This one, suppose uh, suppose this one happen. So after some time t, suppose time t, after time t, we have to find out from here, suppose, okay, vertical displacement, yes, we can find out the vertical suppose after time t the particle moves, suppose in this position. So what will be the vertical displacement? Suppose after time t the particle comes here. So the vertical displacement, initially the particle was at this position, after time t it will goes to this position. So what is the movement in vertical direction? Vertical direction, it will be this amount. Suppose we call this one y. So y is what? Vertical displacement. So we can write down here vertical displacement, vertical displacement, suppose y. So from the equation of motion we can write s equal to ut plus half at square. So s means displacement. So here all the things we have written here for the motion of vertical motion. So s means vertical displacement, it is y equal to, u means initial velocity is 0, so we should not write this thing. Half a means already written, q e by m, t after time t, after some time t, suppose the particle comes from this position to this position, at that time the vertical displacement is y. So y equal to half q by m into t square. From here we can write down, so from here we can notice one thing, that is y, that is vertical displacement, y is directly proportional to, so see here, half means a constant term, q is the charge, so we can write down half into e into t square into q by m. So what is this? Half is a constant term, E means electric field. In the region of these two plates, the electric field is uniform, means it is a constant electric field, so E is also constant. T, the time taking from the particle from this point to this point, that is also a constant. So what happened? Because vertical velocity is v, this velocity is same, so it the distance to cover this amount of distance, same time will be required for all the particles, because the velocity is v, it is uniform velocity along the horizontal direction. So t is the same. So from here we can conclude that is displacement y is proportional to q by m. We got one thing, that is displacement. What type of displacement? It is just vertical displacement is proportional to q by m, means charge to mass ratio. So from here we can conclude the particle which have highest charge to mass ratio, that particle will displaced, vertical displacement will be more. So the question here coming, highest charge to mass ratio we have to find out here. So what particle among these three, what particle is vertical displacement is more, we have to find out from the trace. If we got the highest vertical displacement, then that particle will more q by m, means charge to mass ratio is directly proportional to the vertical displacement. So number 1, number 2, number 3, and among this all the three particles, you can easily see that 3 number particle has the highest vertical displacement. Initially the particle was at this position, and after some time t, the particle comes to here. That means what? It will move towards downward direction with a very large amount of vertical shift. That means, so the number 3 particle will moves vertically more distance displacement. It indicates this particle will have q by m is more. That means charge to mass ratio is more. So from the concept you can find out this. That is, the concept is what? That is, the vertical displacement is directly proportional to charge to mass ratio. Okay, so charge to mass ratio will be more where vertical displacement is more. So the number 3 particle has highest vertical displacement. So we can conclude that is charge to mass ratio is more for the particle number 3. So this answer will be number 3 particle, which are positively charged particle. Particle has highest charge to mass ratio. Charge to mass ratio, highest charge to mass ratio, that is highest Q by M. This is for second number, and solution we have already find out. Now I am going to the third part. Very clear? Okay, now I am going to third part. Just okay. Again, for the solution of the third part, I have already mentioned here. Just one addition should be taken. For the third part, it is given the length of the plate is L, and the velocity along the along the horizontal direction is Vx. It is uniform velocity along the whole paths. The horizontal velocity will remain same, as I earlier mentioned about that. In the case of projection, the horizontal velocity will remain same, because why? You know, the force is applied on the charged particle, it is vertically upward direction or vertically downward direction. That means the force exerted on the particle perpendicular to the motion, that perpendicular force cannot change the horizontal velocity. So that concept we can use again in this case. So first of all, we have to find out this velocity. It is given for horizontal velocity, the time required to complete this plate. What the time is needed, we have to find out first, because this distance is L and the horizontal velocity is Vx. It is given. So time required to travel the complete plate region. Suppose T equals to the basic formula is S equal to Vt we can use here, because V is the uniform velocity, because in this case horizontal velocity is not changing, so acceleration is not happen. So S equal to Vt formula we have to use. T equal to S by V means distance by velocity, it is T. Okay, so we got time. This time means what? The time required the particle to travel complete plates. So this is the time. Now for vertical movement, I have already mentioned that things. For vertical motion, initial velocity is 0, acceleration we got F equal to QE, so acceleration means A equal to QE by M, acceleration we got, and time we have already mentioned. This time to travel the whole plates region, T equal to L by Vx, and the vertical displacement during whole paths we consider, suppose S vertical displacement, we consider this on Y. So from the equation of motion, S equal to ut plus half at square. This is the basic formula, you know this one. So u means initial velocity it was 0. When the particle enters this region, the vertical velocity is 0, but after some time when force will act on the particle, maybe upward, maybe downward, that time vertical velocity will gain something, so it is 0. Half A means already written here, Q E by M, into T square means T values means L square Y Vx. So from here the S means vertical displacement Y. So this is clearly coming the relation, that is Y equal to Q E L square by twice M Vx square. So this is the required relation, Y equal to QEL square by 2M Vx square. So this is the required relation, you can easily find out. So some questions, some value may be put at here, From that value you can calculate the required value. Suppose in another question electric field has given, length of the plate sheet is given, mass of the particle may be given. That time we can easily calculate the vertical displacement, or we can also calculate if it is given the separation of these two, then also we can calculate the other thing, electric field or whatever it is needed, then we can easily find out. So this is the basic concept, or this is the solution of this problem with concept. So let me stop here today for today, but I am trying to solve another type of various type of problem. So it may help the higher secondary student as well as NEET aspirant students or JEE aspirant students. So if you like it, please subscribe my channel Physics with Nobir Sir and share it to reach the poor students or needy students. Thank you very much.